Welcome to Fearless and Unfiltered. Real talk, real challenges, and real wisdom from two badass BFFs that aren't afraid to say it like it is.
We're here to share stories that inspire, lessons that empower, and a whole lot of laughs along the way.
Get ready to get fearless
Get unfiltered.
and get real with Carrie and Vicky.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the Fearless and Unfiltered podcast with Carrie and Vicky. We are super excited and grateful to bring you today's episode. What if we told you that there's actually a free, proven way to boost your mood, strengthen relationships, reduce stress, and even rewire your brain for success?
And it's free.
It's free and it's called gratitude. And today we're diving into the science behind it. So get ready to learn how to instantly shift your frequency and start feeling better fast.
I love it. This is going to be a great one. And actually, you guys are going to walk away from this, I hope, with a smile on your face, a rejuvenated soul singing experience, and some actually practical strategies on how you can actually get started to implement gratitude in your life if this isn't a common practice.
Vicky, I am so happy and profoundly grateful for your friendship and for your sisterhood.
Oh, thank you.
And for your podcasting skills that one day will pay the bills.
Nice. I love it. Well, I am actually very grateful for you. I'm grateful for your context. I am grateful for your friendship. I am grateful for the ability to actually have someone that I can be my true, authentic self with.
Amen.
And really grow from. So this is one of the reasons that we got together with this and sharing some of these life nuggets that hopefully will make your life better as well.
So our listeners out there, when is the last time that you told your best friend, maybe your spouse, your child, how grateful you are for them?
And for what? Why are you grateful for them?
So we want to challenge you today is to incorporate gratitude a little bit more into your life and just see how that fosters so much growth and compassion and love and peace and joy and all of those high vibe frequencies.
I don't know if you are watching, I know some of y'all are just listening to this, but if you are watching it, you can actually see like almost getting lighter. You almost see the smile. You see like the light in people's eyes whenever they hear what you're grateful for them. And think about that actually from a child's perspective. Instead of you sitting there saying, oh my God, you don't ever do your homework, you're sloppy, you need to clean the bathroom. Could you imagine if you walk in and just say, I am so grateful that you are my kid and I am so proud of you being such a stand-up person.
It'll shift every ounce of anything they have in their body to a good place.
It literally, like I said, it is free to do. You just have to get into the mindset and practice it. And if you do it on a daily basis, you will be amazed at what it can actually do for your life and really how it really improves your body as a whole. So one of the things you were talking about, the science behind it, is the stress related. So, in a previous episode, we talked about, the negativity. And if you're stuck in that zone, how much stress that causes you. I mean, I'm sure it affects your heart. I'm sure it affects your bloodstream, many other things, your wrinkles,
Yeah.
And actually even sickness. I mean, stress can actually cause different sicknesses within your body. So
Disease manifests in your energetic body before it manifests in your physical body. And so let's just be real. I want to spit some facts for you guys today.
Okay.
Everything is energy, and that's all there is. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. And let's be real, we are energetic beings. Okay. I read this book and I brought it to show you guys today. It's called The Map of Consciousness.
Okay.
And it's by Dr. David Hawkins. And it's actually a proven energy scale to actualize your ultimate potential.
I love scientists. I am grateful for scientists, aren't you?
I go down the rabbit hole. I'm telling you, when I start to research something, I want to understand the why. And so how this actually is a logarithmic scale that maps your level of consciousness. So we have low vibration feelings.
Okay.
Humiliation, shame, misery, and despising are the lowest vibrational frequency that is mapped on this scale.
And I think people, just by you saying those words,
You can feel it.
you can feel it.
Yep. So as we go up the scale, it's blame, guilt, vindictive. You go up, and this is mapped at 50, is despair, apathy, hopelessness. 75 is regret, grief, tragic, disdainful. Up to 100, anxiety, fear. Now think about how many people live with feelings of anxiety and fear.
And just in that zone alone, especially how the world has been recently, you know, the different things you can't control that cause you to have fear or anxiety.
And if you guys have followed our podcast, you know, we talk about thoughts cause feelings, cause your actions, cause your results. It's called the results formula. And if you think about, if you're thinking thoughts of fear or feeling anxious, your vibrational frequency is low. It's actually below the standard level. So above anxiety is craving, desire, disappointment. Hate is logged at 150. Anger. 175 is scorn, pride, demanding. And where you come to the plateau, the like regular frequency is affirmation. It's mapped at 200.
Okay. I was gonna say, let's get out of the negative zone.
Right. So those are all below.
Right.
Those are dense. So if you feel crappy, if you feel dense or heavy, that's because you're contracting these feelings. And when you live in that vibrational state of being,
Right, the emotions of it all.
the
Wow.
cells in your body actually aren't able to do what they need to do.
Sure.
So that's what causes all of that. So after 200, we get into 250, which is trust, satisfaction, neutrality. 310 is optimism, willingness, hopefulness. 350 is forgiveness, acceptance, harmonious. 400, understanding, reason, meaningful. 500 is love. This is where we want to be, guys. We want to be mapped at 500, love and reverence. 540 is serenity, joy, feeling complete. 600 is peace, bliss. And anything from 700 to 1,000 is basically enlightenment. So if you were a Buddhist monk and
Right.
you could meditate for 8 hours a day, you'd probably be living in the enlightenment stage where they feel light. They could probably even float. There's actually science that shows that monks who have meditated in snow were able to actually melt the snow around them.
Because of their energetic vibration.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So thank you, Dr. Hawkins. I'm glad he put that list together. But I mean, just listening to you read the words that describe your emotions, you could feel yourself just getting lighter and lighter as you went up that scale.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So think about when you speak to somebody or you speak to yourself and you use those terms or feelings
Sure.
or that vibration. That is, you don't want to be around people who are angry or resentful or envious. You know, those type of people, they bring you down.
Sometimes you just got to walk away from that energy so that you can protect. I actually said this probably 3 or 4 years ago to you, is you got to protect your energy.
100%.
Keep that bubble.
Todd, I think his name is Clark, Todd Allen Clark, TAC. He wrote it on my mirror. Your energy introduces you before you even speak.
Yes.
And that is so very true. So why we're telling you this is because if you're feeling those feelings of low vibration, anger, fearful, anxious, there's actually science that proves that you can shift your vibrational frequency in a matter of seconds, and it is through practicing gratitude. So when you find yourself feeling low, you can bring thoughts to mind of something or someone that makes you feel profoundly grateful. So for instance, I would bring an image of my son Kason to my mind, and I would just look at his beautiful face and imagine him growing up, and I will be like flooded with emotions of love and joy and gratitude just by focusing on him. And in fact, I can feel it. Like it gives me chills because I can feel my feeling tone shift from that low energy to that feeling of gratitude.
Well, and just think about that. So some of the words she just mentioned in that list was joy and love. And imagine if you have those two feelings and think about the things that bring you those two, or offer that to your spirit, what that does to you. So we were talking about science of this all. I think it was University of California found that people who actually practice gratitude on a daily basis can actually make stronger immune systems, sleep better, and actually have more energy. Plus, if you're going through, like, let's say a traumatic experience or even a surgery, by being grateful prior to you going into it, it can change the way that that surgery actually is and how you heal from it.
Yes.
And I just saw this with my mom. She went through a shoulder replacement surgery. She's older, probably not in the best of health. So it was a little worrisome as to why she was going in. And that was one of the things that I felt I needed to do for her, is to continually, hey, I am so grateful for you. You're going to do wonderful through this. What are you grateful for, Mom? And make her come back and tell me what she's grateful for, because then she now is vibrating higher, and now she has that thought to go into before they put her under to go in that surgery.
My mentor, Mary Morrissey, tells a story. When she was younger, she had nephritis. One of her kidneys, I don't know if I'm saying this right, was really bad, and she was going to lose one of her kidneys, and they said she wouldn't live long enough to, she was going to die, basically. But she was in the hospital, and a nurse or a chaplain or somebody came to her and said, can you imagine your kidney being resolved? Like, when she goes into the surgery, they were going to have to remove it.
Okay.
One kidney, I think both of them were bad. So they were going to remove one kidney, and she was asking, could you imagine that kidney like healing itself? And she said, to be honest with you, no. Like, these are the facts. The doctors are telling me this. She said, could you just keep a corner of your mind open to the possibility that you could come out of the surgery and the kidney would be healed? But then what would you love? What would you imagine yourself doing if you did come out and you were able to live a long, healthy life?
Sure, absolutely.
And so she imagined herself raising her first son, walking him into the school, taking him to his first kindergarten class, and then going down the hall and becoming a teacher. So she did this visualization exercise. And when you visualize, guys, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined.
Right.
So you're basically training your brain again. Mm-hmm. So she did this visualization. She came out of the surgery. They removed one kidney. The other one, they said she had a 50% chance of
it succeeding and working right for life.
It ended up working, and she was able to walk her son to that kindergarten classroom and walk down the hall later on in life and become that teacher. And then, she's a spiritual, motivational, amazing leader in the world of personal development.
Right.
And I just think that's so cool, because if you can imagine these things working out for you and focus more on what brings you that fulfillment in life, you just might be able to beat a disease.
Absolutely. And I think gratitude actually helps you get to where you want to be, because if you're continually thinking about the things that you don't have, and then focus on the stuff that you do have. And I'm not talking materialistic things. I'm talking about things that you can't put a price tag on or you can't touch or feel. But again, it goes back to those emotions and the list that she was reading. So, if you have appreciation, if you have longing, or if you have dreams or aspirations, that is on that higher level versus, oh my God, I'm
despair.
Despair or envy, like you said.
Yep.
So key, it's backed by science, ladies and gentlemen, but we can also just give this to you from our own experiences. I actually have a bracelet on that says gratitude. I wear it every single day, whether it matches my outfit or not, because it truly is a reminder. It's that I'm happy and grateful for the abundance of wealth in all aspects of my life. I've said it a gazillion times, and I'll say it a gazillion more, because it truly is. And by saying that doesn't mean that I have $1 million in the bank. It doesn't mean that I've got a yacht in Tampa waiting for me to get off my private jet. What it means is I am happy and grateful for the abundance of wealth in all aspects of my life. So it's my health, it's my profession, it's my friendships, it's my relationships. And if you can't find something physical to be grateful for, that's what my challenge is to you, is to dig deep in to find those untangible things that you can't see.
Well, also, let's think about some of the things that we take for granted, like hot water,
a roof over your head,
taking a hot shower,
a car to get you to and from,
drinking clean water, the ability to see. You know, this has been big for me lately because I am unable to see peripherally, and I could look at that and go into despair and say, oh my gosh, what if I go blind? And those are scary, very real and scary thoughts for me. But right now, you know what I focus on? The fact that I can see centrally, like I can see you looking at you. I can still drive a car at this point in time. And so I am so happy and grateful for that.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy and grateful that I have two legs I can walk on, you know, and we take a lot for granted in our day to day, and we can get so focused on what we don't have when sometimes we need to just pause and we need to focus on what we do have. I have a beautiful, healthy son at home that has a great head on his shoulders and a great heart. Yep. And wow, you know, I have the best fiance, the love of my life, who I get to wake up next to every single day. And you know what I will tell you guys? I say to him every single day, I am so grateful for you and I love you, because I remember when I didn't have him and when I didn't have that love and how I felt. So I remember to tell him every day. And I thank God. I will literally hug him and be like, thank you, God.
Well, and even if there's people in your life that you are grateful for, tell them.
Yes.
Because they do not get to hear that sometimes, or they second guess it, or maybe they need to hear it. They do need to hear it. And imagine what that can do for a relationship.
And I don't think it'll ever get old.
I
don't think my partner will ever be like, Carrie, stop telling me how much you love me and how grateful you are for me.
Exactly.
No, I don't think so.
So we were going to talk to you guys about possibly some practical strategies that you can add into your life today and actually start doing this as a routine. It needs to become part of your life, because it will take you so many places, not just health-wise, but just mentally. It's going to give you a better outlook on life.
Absolutely.
So one of mine is the actual gratitude journal. So there's something about, Carrie, writing something down, you know, like it's in my mind, it's now on paper, first in thought, then in form.
Yep.
And it truly kind of helps you start that creative process, or start the process of understanding what you're grateful for. So just get out that journal, leave it by your desk or your bed, and before you go to bed at night, say 5 things that you are grateful for. And then in the morning when you wake up, reread those things out loud. And do that each and every day, and you will be surprised at the things that you are grateful for.
Yeah. So what I do in the morning is write down my 5 things I'm grateful for in the morning. So like before you even get out of bed, you're starting the day off with a positive foot forward.
Absolutely.
You're training your mind to focus on the good things. Okay. And then when I go to bed at night, I do like a little fact finding. So I remember throughout the day and I think of what were all of the good things that happened today, and what are some of the things that I'm grateful for that occurred today.
Yes.
Versus going to bed and thinking about something that didn't work out or dwelling, because your brain, when you go to sleep, your subconscious doesn't go to sleep. Your subconscious is still working.
Right.
So when you plant seeds in your mind at night before you go to sleep, your subconscious will go to work on those for you.
Right.
So if I say, oh, I'm so happy and grateful that, you know, I got to spend 2 hours in the studio with my BFF today talking about all of the stuff that I love. Like, wow, how cool is that? Hey, subconscious, come up with some more content ideas for me. So when I wake up, you know,
put it to work for you for sure.
Yeah.
The next one was, we talked about expressing gratitude to others. It will make not only you feel amazing, but it's going to make that other person feel amazing. And what a better thing to do in life is to help other people feel amazing.
Yeah, be a ripple of love.
Reach, teach, and transform, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. And there's also a thing called gratitude stacking. So if you feel off, let's just face it, we're not always going to be happy and grateful all day long. So if you do feel off, and you notice yourself being in that low vibration, you can actually pause, take a few deep breaths, and focus on, you know, that thought of your son or your daughter, or the person that you love, or your dog or your cat. You know, a lot of people, their animals or their children. I love my dog Nala. She drives me crazy, but I love her so much. She's a 105-pound Rottweiler, sweetest thing ever. But I could close my eyes and think of Nala, and automatically my vibrational frequency raises.
Absolutely. Let's talk about you do this a lot. You go out to nature, and nature brings a lot of gratitude, not just to you, but to a lot of folks that are out there. And there is a element to being grounded and seeing the trees and hearing the birds and being present in that moment. So get out and go take a walk. So if you are starting to feel get out, get off the couch, ladies and gentlemen, walk out the door and just take a walk around your block, and then start being grateful for the things that are allowing you to do that. Like you said, I'm thankful for my 2 legs. I get to walk around. I'm thankful that I have a house to walk out of.
The fresh air and the sunshine. I lived in Pennsylvania where we didn't see sunshine other than 40 days in the year. So when I get to walk outside and see sunshine and blue skies and hear the birds chirping, just focus on that and just say, thank you, God. Like, thank you so much for allowing this, the green trees, and now we get to see the flowers budding.
Yes.
You know, we're in spring
and
summertime.
Plant your gardens. I love this time of the year.
Yes. So remember, you know, we create our own realities. Your brain is the most powerful tool you have, and you can use it in ways that serve you, serve your family, serve your profession. You know, think of business owners and entrepreneurs, okay? I work a lot with them. And as an entrepreneur, what if you went into your clients or called your clients and said, you know what? I just want to tell you, Jessica or Patrick or Beth, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that you chose to invest in yourself and that I get to work with you. I'm so grateful that you have the ability to dream, to create a vision statement, and to take these action steps towards serving the life that you love.
Right.
Or maybe you're a realtor. Maybe you go to your neighbor and say, you know what? I'm happy and grateful to live next to you. And if you ever feel like selling your house, I would love to serve you.
It's funny. I would like to capture the emotion or the reaction when you do that to someone, because I don't want anything from you. I just want to tell you that I'm grateful for you.
Micah, who's behind the mic, Vicky and I are so grateful for you and your skills.
Amen to that one. You know, another one I want to possibly help nurture this gratitude journey with you is incorporate it with your kids.
Yes.
Incorporate it with your family. And once you start this practice, I feel that you will start to see more light, more love, and more ambition and more accomplishments, because you are feeding into the gratitude of it. So especially with children, and we started the conversation about this, and I feel that when they see you practicing this, it's something that they see and then they will start doing as well. And can you imagine the outcome or the impact it would have in their lives?
Well, kids actually model their parents. That 100%. If you don't see it yet, you will, because I know I see it in my son, but I have an idea. So tonight, I'm actually going to do this with my family, and I would encourage the listeners to incorporate this into their life.
Okay.
Maybe you guys don't have family dinner, but if you can get your kids or your family together for a dinner sometime this week, before you start dinner, you know, say, I'm so grateful for the food, the hands that prepared the food, the whatever that went in to allow me to eat the food. But ask everybody to share one thing that they're grateful for.
You don't have to wait for Thanksgiving to do this.
No, you can do this anytime you sit down at dinner, or maybe when you're dropping your kids off for school, or when you pick them up. But it's teaching them to look for the good versus the bad. So for dinner tonight, I'm going to ask everybody to share what's one thing you're grateful for, you know, something that happened this week or in general, and let's give some time and energy to that and to expanding more of that into our lives.
Absolutely. Amen for that one. Another one I want to add for you guys to try to get gratitude in your daily well-being, and you don't know where to start, is do maybe a gratitude space. So let's say you're thankful for your family. Let's say you're thankful for I don't, what you do, or art, or a plant. And so somewhere in your home, whether it's like a nightstand or a table or something, maybe put some pictures of the things that you're grateful for. Maybe add that plant. Maybe go cut the flowers out of your yard and bring you some. That is your space of gratitude. So it's a visual impact, or it's a visual opportunity for you to be grateful as you're walking in the door and you're passing that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And, we can use gratitude in conflict as well. So, if something bad happens, let's say a listener is like, I don't have anything to be grateful for. I just lost my job. I don't have any money in the bank account. I'm sick. Let's just say they're in that space. You can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I take away from this? What am I still grateful for, even though these things might be happening? There's a season for a reason. We never know there's a season. There's a
reason for the season.
Thank you. We don't always know the reason or whatever that thing goes, but sometimes, let's just say you lost your job. Instead of focusing on all the bad and all the negative, pause, wait 3 days before you react. And in that 3 days, focus on what good could come from this. Be grateful for what you do have, and be grateful for all of the abundance that you are going to attract.
Yes.
Because here's the thing about energy, guys. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. That said, you attract the vibrational frequency that you emit.
It's kind of like misery loves company. So if you're throwing that out, more of that comes to you. Or like opportunities, when one door closes, another opens. It's just the matter of you hanging out in the hallway, and so if you do vibrate higher, we talk about that, vibrate higher, show up. As Todd said, your energy introduces you before you even step in the room. So be in this grateful minded space and watch what happens to your world.
Yeah, even if you're a professional and you walk into your business setting and maybe you go knock on your door to your boss's door and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for your support. I'm grateful for the way that you communicate. I'm grateful for the way that you run the business.
Right.
Or a coworker. Just and watch how your day is going to shift.
Yes.
Into amazing results that otherwise you wouldn't have had, because you didn't knock on that door and say how grateful I am for you.
And imagine how good you're going to make your boss feel after you walk out of that door, for sure. My last one that I want to just throw out there is, if you're still struggling on, I can't be grateful, Vicki, I don't know what to be grateful for. Okay, I know everyone loves music. And there are songs out there that remind you of happy moments or grateful events. So maybe put a playlist together of songs that remind you of that, and then play that the next time or on a daily basis, just to kind of hear those words and put you in that mood.
Heck yeah. And if you guys loved this episode, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share with a friend. And let us know in the comments what resonated with you. And maybe let us know what are 3 things that you're grateful for.
Absolutely. I love it. All right, well, go to the challenge. Make sure you start implementing gratitude on a daily basis and see how your world change. This has been Fearless and Unfiltered with Carrie and Vicki, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Fearless and Unfiltered. If you laughed, learned, or loved it, smash that subscribe button. Share this episode with a friend, and be sure to join us for the next real, raw, and fearless conversation.
Remember, life's too short to play small, so stay fearless, stay unfiltered, and keep showing up with your badass self.